When it comes to discussing the power of Dragon Ball GT, I see a lot of downplay. But one of the most common arguments for these fallacious claims comes from an official source that, according to a lot of the fandom, makes Super Saiyan 4 Goku from the end of GT weaker than base Vegito from Dragon Ball Z. It can easily be seen why this is popular to use, because we know that the Super Saiyan God ritual made Goku surpass Vegito since he did not think that fusion would work against Beerus, but he thought Super Saiyan God would defeat Beerus. And because this guide seemingly compares Vegito and Super Saiyan 4, it can seem to make an easy argument as to why Super dwarfs GT in power. Whatever you think about the power difference between GT and Super, this guide cannot be used as evidence to downplay GT. And it did come from an official source, the anime comic for the Dragon Ball GT TV special A Hero's Legacy, in which the statement goes as follows with translations by Herms. Merging with Vegeta. After Goku and Vegeta use a merging item to merge, they become Vegito. They can furthermore become a Super Saiyan, making them Super Vegito. After the two strongest people merge, they become the greatest master in the universe, perhaps even stronger than Super Saiyan 4. Now this can be seen as pretty cut and dry to many people that Vegito surpasses GT power levels. People often pair this with the fact that because base Vegito is used in this image, that means that base Vegito from the Buu Saga is stronger than GT Super Saiyan 4 Goku at the end of the series, or at least if base Vegito is comparable to Super Saiyan 4 Goku, that Super Vegito would then be way stronger than Super Saiyan 4 Goku. People will then take Goku's statement about Ryudo's power being stronger than Buu, and further extrapolate that the power must mean Mr. Buu, who would be weaker than a Super Saiyan 3 Buu Saga Goku. And, since in the anime, base Vegito is many times stronger than Buu Han, that Super Saiyan 4 just does not cover that massive gap in power, and that Super Saiyan 4 Goku is weaker than Super Vegito from Z. But I'll go over the true meaning of this guide, as well as narrow the possible meaning and the intent of it. First off, this guide was released in 1997, between episodes 41 and 42 of Dragon Ball GT. This is at the very beginning of the Super 17 Hell Saga in GT, which means that if you were to use this guide to claim that base Vegito or Super Vegito is stronger than Goku at the end of GT, you're sorely mistaken, as GT Goku was already leaps and bounds above his power from the Super 17 saga while he is in the Shadow Dragon saga. When Goku goes up to fight Nova Shinron, Pan is acting overconfident, and then Goku tells her to be careful, and that this guy is in a whole other league of power compared to anyone that they have faced. Pan saw Goku and the gang take on Super 17, which means that Nova is stronger than Super 17, and Super 17 was stronger than Super Saiyan 4 Goku was during that arc. And yet Goku goes against this version of Nova Shinron in his base form, is not only comparable, but actually stronger than Nova, forcing Nova to transform, which in turn forces Goku to transform into his own Super Saiyan 4 form. Furthermore, Goku's base power at the end of Shadow Dragon Saga would surpass his ultra full power Super Saiyan 4, as he went from being weaker to Omega Shenron as a ultra full power Super Saiyan 4, to tanking his most powerful attacks in his base form just after that. So beginning of Shadow Dragon Saga, base is above the Super Saiyan 4 being referenced in the guide, at the very least, and base Goku's power at the end of GT is above that base version of Goku's ultra full power Super Saiyan 4. This means that this guide literally cannot be used at all to compare Vegito to the Shadow Dragon Saga whatsoever, especially by the wording, perhaps stronger than a Super Saiyan 4. This would imply, maybe, which further implies that it would be close in power. If base Vegito was close to Super Saiyan 4 Goku in the Super 17 saga, and then base Goku in the Shadow Dragon saga is above that, not even Super Saiyan 3 Vegito would be comparable to even a base Goku at the end of the Shadow Dragon saga, let alone Super Saiyan 4 Goku. But what if I told you can't even use this to compare Vegito to GT power levels whatsoever? And because of the vagueness of the wording of this guide, as well as the context in which it is displayed, it is only comparing the multipliers between a Potara fusion and a Super Saiyan 4. Essentially, if you have the same version of Goku to Potara fusion, and a clone of that same exact Goku to Super Saiyan 4, their power would be comparable. It never once states or implies that Z Vegito would defeat Super Saiyan 4 GT Goku. Let us go over this page. The page features and discusses Goku's different transformations. Super Saiyan against Semi-Perfect Cell, Super Saiyan 3 Goku versus Kid Buu, and then Vegito. It really does seem to be that this page isn't saying that Vegito from the Buu Saga is perhaps stronger than Super Saiyan 4 Goku from GT. It seems that it is comparing the power increase of Super Saiyan 4 and Potara, that Goku and Vegeta fusing into Vegito is perhaps stronger than if Goku just went Super Saiyan 4 instead. Now I can go over the power scaling of the early parts of Dragon Ball GT to completely disprove the most common use of this guide statement. If we can prove that Goku is above Super Vegito via power scaling in the anime, then you can clearly state that this guide is just talking about Potara and Super Saiyan 4 as multipliers of power increases, not comparing Z and GT power levels. But as many of you already know, I just recently did a video on the power of GT Goku at the beginning of the series, In this video, I proved that Goku, even at the end of Z, is above Kid Buu in his base form. Though if you just want to downplay GT Goku, you can still confirm that his base in GT is Kid Buu level, since he trained for 5 years with Oob, and he essentially graduated Oob, meaning that he has to be at least Kid Buu level, since Oob is the reincarnation of Kid Buu, putting base GT Goku at the levels of Kid Buu. So of course we have the Rildo statement being that he is stronger than Buu. People using the statement to use Fat Buu is very disingenuous, especially when you consider that Goku not only is at Kid Buu levels of power at the beginning of GT, but gets way stronger by the time he actually fights Rildo, as several months have passed by the time he gets to fight Rild, and there are multiple examples of him having gotten stronger over that time. And I do need to debunk a popular notion that once GT Goku is converted to a kid, that he is weaker. But we actually know that it only lessened his stamina and stripped him of some of his techniques like instant transmission. This is according to the GT Perfect Files, which is the guidebook for GT, the anime continuation of Z. Goku would fight Vegito and would need to transform into a Super Saiyan to defeat him. Lord Lude's third form would be above that Vegito and above Goku's Super Saiyan power, but Goku used his weakness to win against him. And the Sigma Force are said to be stronger than Lude, as Dr. Mu was confident that they could capture Goku even though Lude failed, and even Goku compares them to Lude, which means they are stronger, and yet Goku easily defeats all of them just by powering up. This means that base Goku surpasses old Super Saiyan power. Furthermore, Rild is considered far above the Sigma Force. Yet Goku in his base form is also clear of Rildo, and as a Super Saiyan is easily above Meta Rildo, who fuses with the Sigma Force. And then he is pretty comparable to Super Saiyan Goku once he goes Hyper Meta Rildo, which he fuses with the planet. And he actually technically defeated Goku by turning him into metal for his power to be absorbed. Later, Baby would be revealed to be the strongest machine mutant, and while many people don't like to put Baby above any of the other machine mutants because he's a baby, if at first you want to say he's weaker than Rild, that's fine, but Baby would eventually absorb the power of Lude, Rildo, and the Sigma Force, as well as the power of many other people in order to come back stronger. And this Baby, who is stronger than Lude, the Sigma Force, and Rild combined, and Goku easily toys with him. This means you have base Goku being equal to Kid Buu, then surpassing a Super Saiyan form in his base form, then surpassing a Super Saiyan form in his base form yet again. Meaning he has gotten over 2,500 times stronger. Now base Rild is stronger than Buu. This would have to mean the strongest version of Buu if Goku is to make the statement, which is likely Buu-Han. I agree that Kid Buu is the strongest Buu, but Buu-Han is the strongest because he is a fusion, and if Rildo is stronger than Buu-Han, we can compare that to Vegito, since Vegito fought Buu-Han. Sure, base Vegito was stronger than Buu-Han in the anime in the beginning, and then he goes Super Saiyan on top of that, but once Buu-Han gets enraged, he shows power weaker, but relative to Super Vegito. If he's able to do anything at all to Super Vegito, make him struggle at all, which he did, then base Vegito would be useless against enraged Buu-Han, because he'd be 50 times stronger, which confirms that Buu-Han is above base Vegito. And, as I already proved, Rildo is above the strongest version of Buu, so he's above enraged Buu-Han, which means that Rildo is above base Vegito. And if base Goku can no-diff Rildo, who is stronger than enraged Buu-Han, then base Goku is above base Vegito. As a Super Saiyan, he would be way stronger than Super Vegito, and so on, and then Super Saiyan 4, GT Goku absolutely fodderizes Super Vegito from Dragon Ball Z. But there's an even further confirmation that Vegito is surpassed in GT when Baby Vegeta transforms into his second strongest form, Super Baby 1. He states he has attained the greatest of Saiyan powers, and Goku confirms this. This at bare minimum has to mean that Super Baby 1 is above Super Vegito, because he's a Saiyan and had the greatest power at the time. And Super Baby 2, which is Baby Vegeta's equivalent of Super Saiyan 3, according to the GT Perfect Files, meaning that he got over 4 times stronger. And yet Super Saiyan 4 Goku absolutely no diffs Super Baby 2. Super Baby 2 would even launch his strongest attack, the Revenge Death Ball, which is stated to be a negative Genkidama, or an evil Genkidama, and Goku tanks it with just a smidgen of his power. So Super Baby 2 is over 4 times stronger than Super Vegito, launches his strongest attack at Super Saiyan 4 Goku, and Goku tanks it with a smidgen of his power. So no, Super Vegito is not touching Super Saiyan 4 Goku. Now you might say that just because he didn't say he attained the greatest Saiyan power as just Baby Vegeta, that it debunks my scaling of GT Goku being stronger than Vegito. But that actually isn't the case, as just Baby Vegeta can still be stronger than Vegito and Goku. And then if he transforms, his statement of saying, "I have now attained the greatest of Saiyan power," still holds true. This is similar to a statement from Omega Shenron, where Sin Shinron was already the strongest of the Shadow Dragons, and then when he absorbs the rest of the Dragon Balls, he states, "I am now the strongest of the Shadow Dragons." Again, he already was the strongest, but he just got stronger, so he is now the strongest even further. The same statement applies for Baby Vegeta. Goku already surpassed Vegito, Baby Vegeta bodied Super Saiyan 3 Goku, and then he went Super Baby 1, he attained the new strongest Saiyan power, which he already had, and that's why he makes the statement. So yeah, from every angle, this video just disproves the viability of using this guide to downplay Super Saiyan 4 Goku. If anything, it actually just further harkens on the power multiplier of Super Saiyan 4. As we know that Potara fusion is power times power, and even if we just use Goku's 3 million power level from the Namek Saga into 3 million plus the Super Saiyan multiplier, that would make the Super Saiyan 4 multiplier a 150 million multiplier on top of base form, and that would be downplay. Both the scaling and the narrative of GT makes it impossible for Super Saiyan 4 Goku to be weaker than Super Vegito, let alone base Vegito. And the context of the guide only applies to the beginning of the Super 17 saga anyways, not the Shadow Dragon saga. And the true context of the guide really just means that it's just comparing the power of Potara fusion and the Super Saiyan 4 multiplier transformation in a vacuum. But anyways guys, that's it for the video. Let me know your thoughts down below. How much stronger do you think Super Saiyan 4 Goku Baby Saga is stronger than Super Vegito? Please leave a like if you enjoyed, comment your thoughts, subscribe, turn notifications. You can follow me on Twitter, link down below. Check out my light novel series called 9 Fates at 9fates.com. But you guys all have an amazing day. Peace out.